Hi everybody, my name is Sihle and welcome to our very first Every Nation Sunny Hill Tea and the Word. I hope you'll be blessed. So many people say that, when things go bad, they're like, clearly God does not exist because things are so bad. I literally saw a comment like that recently. And what's said about that, and the people that I've even spoken to, in my life, who have the same sentiments about, doubt about God's existence because things just are so bad, is that, what I found is that there's this offense and this disappointment and this discouragement, things that that's happened in their lives. And also what saddens me is also just really just the fact that when things are good, we associate those good things with us, our accomplishments, our work, our capabilities, our net worth, all about us. But when things are bad, then we're like, where is this God? He doesn't exist. But we need to acknowledge that God is good. God is good. So that's what's said for me, because he's so reasonable. I think he's really just such a reasonable God. People think he's so unreasonable. He's so reasonable that our minds can't fully comprehend just how reasonable he is, And reading in the story on Luke chapter 5, where Jesus was calling the disciples, his first disciples, he gets there, rocks up with the crowd, the Jesus way, and then he sees two boats, and he's calling Peter, who's exhausted from the night's work of catching no fish but trying to catch fish. And at that time he calls them to just push the boat into the water and so he can sit. That was a moment, I think, where it would be like, Jesus, I don't know, I'm washing the nets. Okay, I'm tired. But Peter was a better man. He pushed that boat onto the water. And I think some of us, we're just in the waiting for God to answer, waiting for the breakthrough. And then this moment comes and you're like, really? Like, this is how I expect my breakthrough to appear from the left. Okay, anything that's coming from the right is not mine. And at times you do say yes, and then you go for it, we push that boat, and then Jesus just continues, and you're like, I thought after you're sitting on the boat, you're going to make some fish happen, and then we get offended. And like, after all the time of praying and toiling and working hard, really, Jesus? After everything I heard about you? So I just want to encourage us to keep standing and keep trusting and know that God is not unreasonable. God is not unreasonable. You see what happens when Jesus was done with the preaching, he goes back now to Simon Peter, like, okay, now I can talk to you, because now you look like you can listen, and get out there, go wade deeper and let down your nets and catch some fish. Now is the time, If Peter had just given up, walked away, deflated, and discouraged and all other D's and feeling really anxious, he would have missed this moment because he would have just walked away, But then he was there. But you can see he was still wrestling with this a little bit, because he doesn't just go like, "Yay, Jesus, I got this, I'm going to go." But he still goes like, I got to just tell him, okay, that I've been there the whole night. He's like, "Master, we toiled, we worked hard, we gave it our all to the point of exhaustion, and caught nothing." You see, the brother had to let Jesus know. And then, but he turns around and he says, "But at your word, I will let down the nets." All right. Obedience. So Peter still obeyed, even in that moment where he was wrestling, because now we're talking about men who know their craft, who know what they're doing, who are known to know what they're doing as fishermen. These are businessmen. This is their craft, man. This is their turf. They know this. And Jesus, he comes and then he gives instructions. There's obedience here that's gotta be acknowledged, and that's what we need in our daily lives, right? But what's amazing is the breakthrough that they receive out of all of this, all these humps of opportunities of offense, opportunities of discouragement, opportunities of disappointment. Peter still said yes through all of those, and they got the breakthrough of the fish. But that was not it, because Jesus knew that there was more for them, and the more was in their destiny, in their purpose, and God was calling them into that. And when they had received all of that they thought they wanted, it was like, now, because you were able to say yes, now if you say yes to the last one, basically, you will get to experience even more, because I've called you for more, and there is more. There is more. God is reasonable. So I really just want to encourage us to stand and to know that even in your waiting, whether you're waiting for health, whether you're waiting for a job, a business, you're waiting for the promotion, whatever it is, we need to look at our hearts and actually make sure that we are still following God, that we're not just toiling, we're not just working hard and really just, let's ask God to help us to be diligent in our waiting and be a people that are obedient to say yes, God, to you, because we're really, really, really going to see just how reasonable He is, because He can do exceedingly abundantly more than we could ever ask or even imagine. That's how reasonable He is. Be blessed.